Pulisic across the three behind, following Balogun, who got a double in that win over Paraguay and has been firing in the goals for Monaco. For Bosnia and Herzegovina then, well, their coach Sergei Barbarez makes 3 changes from their win over Qatar that wrapped up a spot in knockout football. Malic, Bajraktarevic and Basic are the 3 that drop out. Dedic, Gigovic and Maharamovic come in. It's Vasily, the goalkeeper, Katic, Radlic and Maharamovic at the back. A back 3 tonight, we think. Dedic, Gigovic, Sunjic and Kolasinac across the middle. 18-year-old talent Alabegovic is just behind. The experienced Edin Dzeko becomes the first outfield player over the age of 40 to play in a World Cup knockout game. Demirovic joins him up top. Rafael Klaus is our man in the middle. Brazilian referee for us here, and we are set for action. It's a pretty nice sunny day. It's not too warm in San Francisco. The humidity quite high though, and you made a point, Darren Ambrose, that the USA's warm-up was pretty short and swift. They went in round about 27 minutes ahead of kick-off, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I pointed that out immediately because I thought, wow, that's really early. You normally go in, especially you're coming out at 8 minutes to for the national anthem show, you'll go in at 16, 15 minutes to, but they was in at, what, 33, 27 minutes before kick-off. So see how they'll start. I mean, it will really be a telltale. Whether they've got an inside area that was going to be doing stuff, I really don't know. But what I will say is that national anthem was sensational. You'd be running through a brick wall in the first 10-15 minutes for that. I thought it was brilliant. And then the flyover just topped it off. So interesting to see how they start, the USA.
Yeah, well, could possibly be a 3 at the back for the United States of America. We've just been given some figures here. Population of the USA, 342 million. The population of Bosnia, 3.2 million. It is David against Goliath, isn't it, in terms of size of country? But this Bosnia team has shown they've got goals in them, and as you said earlier, thumped by Switzerland, didn't dwell on that, came back and beat Qatar, wrap up a spot in the knockouts. Yeah,
resilient, and that's the word I used. They showed real resilience to come back from a 4-1 defeat, to then beat Qatar, to bring them to this moment here. Yes, they're not favourites for this match. The USA are favourites, the co-hosts. They'll know they're favourites, but so will this Bosnia and Herzegovina side, and they will want to spoil this today for the co-hosts.
What part does pressure play on this? Because there's great expectation, there's great excitement for the USA, but there's also a massive amount of pressure on them.
Pressure's everything in football. If you can handle the pressure, then you can handle anything, and the majority of these players will be able to handle the pressure, because that's why they're international footballers at the highest level.
Yeah, the countdown is on. What a mad day it's been. That win, come from behind win for England. Harry Kane saved England against DR Congo, and then Belgium 2-0 down with 4 minutes remaining managed to seal Senegal. We're underway in the latest round of 32 match. It's the red and white of the USA and the all blue of Bosnia and Herzegovina, and an early ball forward. In fact, the referee's given a corner here inside the opening 10 seconds, so a chance for Bosnia and Herzegovina and the likes of Edin Dzeko to get forward, and this really would set the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, early pressure already. Back to the defender from centre. Huge punt upfield. And it was headed, flicked on. I think it was Chris Richards in the end to give away the corner.
Well, Edin Dzeko scored from a corner, didn't he, against Wales in those playoffs that really kept Bosnia's dream alive. Can they get a flying start here? So inside the opening minute, the referee's laying the law down here. Corner going to be swung in from the Bosnia and Herzegovina left-hand side. It's delivered towards the 6-yard box, and it comes away, and the United States will clear it up towards halfway. It wasn't a bad delivery. There's a bit of a wrestling match going on there. Referee says get on with it. Bosnia have got the ball back. They'll have it on halfway, but that was an early opportunity, and they'll be disappointed. It wasn't the worst ball in.
No, it wasn't, and you can already see what their approach is going to be, this Bosnia-Herzegovina side. When they get a corner, there was 15 players in the 6-yard box from that corner. Half and half in terms of defenders and attackers, putting the ball right in the middle of that and just seeing if they can get anything, any touch from a defender or a forward could end up in the net.
What we do know about this American side, in all 3 games they've played, they've scored within the opening 11 minutes in all 3. They would love an early goal here, really would settle any nerves, as Tim Ream, the veteran, 38 years of age, plays it forward. And it'll come on halfway, the ball bouncing around, and the United States have it, and McKennie will get it wide here to Dest. He lays it back. Now they'll look to play forward. Not the best touch initially from the States, but they get it now, and here goes Serginho Dest. He's driving towards the right side of the penalty area. Couple of step overs still going. Run out of room there. He was just outnumbered, wasn't he? 4 blue shirts around him, but he earns a throw-in.
Yeah, I love to see that though from Dest. As soon as he got the ball, one thing on his mind: can you attack the fullback? Can you attack the defenders? Get them facing their own direction, get them running backwards towards their own goal. Outstanding, winning his team a throw-in.
Yeah, they'll go back towards halfway. Here is Ream, the experienced man with Fulham and Bolton in England, now playing his trade in the MLS. And he has it just on the edge of the centre circle. They'll feed it wide to Robinson. It's a sun-baked San Francisco. The pitch looks nice, and they'll play it forward here over on this near side. It's brought forward by Alex Freeman on halfway. Bosnia just happy to sit back in here. They don't want to give anything cheap away. They're going to make the USA work for it.
Yeah, the term low block is being used a lot at the moment, isn't it? But that's what they're playing. They're not allowing them. USA are trying to play these little threaded passes into the midfield. Weston McKennie trying to get on the end of things, trying to get in that little number 10 spot, but they're making it really difficult at the moment.
Yeah, they are. We've seen the likes of Harry Kane get a double earlier on. We saw Yuri Tillemans get a double to win it for Belgium. Here now come the United States, and a chance here, edge of the area. It was Pulisic with a driving run. His shot cannons off a defender and goes behind for the first corner to the United States, and a big roar goes around the San Francisco Stadium.
Yeah, listen to this noise. And that's what he gives you, Pulisic, isn't it? He gets the ball, attacks right into the middle of the goal. I think he'll be disappointed he didn't make the goalie work, actually, because he was in a good position.
Yeah, here he is on the ball, short corner, has it left-hand side of the penalty area. This one has gone with him. He's looking to go on the outside, but that's decent defending from Dedic. Shows him away from goal. Ball whipped in from a deeper angle, and Bosnia and Herzegovina will clear it away. And in the end, a bit of a wasted opportunity, but 4 minutes in, both sides have had a corner, they've had a set-piece chance, and it remains 0-0 here as Ream plays out from the back. Winner of this one, remember, takes on Belgium. And the United States looking to attack again, but Balogun just caught on heels. Ball cleared away. Tim Ream's seen a lot of it early on, and he gets it away to Robinson. Feeds it forward. Pulisic will get it back to Robinson. Nice little run here made in behind by McKennie. Looks to get to the byline. Tries to put the cross in and get another corner. Good start from the United States.
Yeah, very good. And when I said about them going in early, how would they start? They've started fantastically well. Started sharp on the count, on their front foot. Attacking, showing attacking threat. Pulisic, Weston McKennie, Serginho Dest as well. Good start.
Yeah, what can they do from the corner? There are 5 red and white shirts, and again the referee's getting involved here, isn't he? He's had a lot to say already, Rafael Klaus, the Brazilian referee. Not as many committed forward for the USA. They've got a couple on the edge of the box, 5 weight in the middle. One of those Tim Ream. There's a corner about to be delivered towards the near post, and it's a brave header away. Good header from Gigovic. Clears the danger up towards the halfway line. I think there might be a head knock here, referee. It was a brave header from Gigovic, and I think he's been caught in the process. Yeah,
I think it was a clash of heads. As you said, it was a brilliant header. I think it was maybe Weston McKennie was going to get on the end of that. And he brave just dived in front of him, and he's got hurt. A bit of treatment.
See a potential clash of heads, but he's gone down, and it does stop play, and he'll get well, he's up on his feet, so he's going to be okay to carry on. And that, of course, you don't want to go off now, do you? You don't want the physio coming
absolutely on. I think it was Alex Freeman in the end, or Balogun. It was one of those players that was diving in, both of them trying to get on the end of it. It was a really brave header, but I think it was a bit of play acting just to relieve some pressure for his side.
Yeah, well, any means necessary. As they have a throw in United States. They wanted to take it quickly. It'll be taken by McKennie. The United States have it back on their right-hand side, looking to play the ball over for Balogun, who was well marshalled. Ball didn't reach him, cleared away, and now Bosnia will have it back. They had to fight their way through the playoffs. They finished behind Austria in qualification. They drew with Wales, beat them on penalties in Wales, and then beat Italy again on a penalty shootout. So they'll be more than ready should we go the distance tonight. It's 0-0, nearly 7 gone here if you just joined us on TalkSport. Mark Wilson with Darren Ambrose as the ball played forwards. A bit of a wrestling match there, edge of the area, and the referee says that there was a little bit too much going on from Medin Demirovic, and it's a free kick against the Bosnians.
Yeah, I think what they are, they're a tough nut to crack. Apart from the Switzerland game where they got demolished really 4-1, 1-1 against Canada, beat Qatar. As you said, they come through a lot of penalty shootouts to get here. What they do is they sit deep and they try to counter-attack you. If they can feed Edin Dzeko in front of goal, he's more than likely going to test the goalkeeper. That's the threat, that's the danger that they will bring.
Yeah, a cheap free kick. Malik Tillman is upended just over halfway. Referee lets them get on with it quickly. The United States, they're attacking away to the right as we look here. There's a ball fed out wide to Robinson. Just miscontrolled it initially. Gets the ball back level with the edge of the penalty area. Pulisic will get it away into Chris Richards, the Crystal Palace man. What he makes of his former gaffer joining Nottingham Forest. I can tell you what, Darren Ambrose is not happy about it anyway.
There's a few certain words I could use against Oliver Glasner. I'll leave that at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'll let you try and calm down about that.
What I do love about Chris Richards, though, in his interview before, this why not us with the USA, saying, I'm used to winning trophies, so why not? He's saying it, they're all buying into it, and they just want to see how far they can go in this tournament.
Yeah. Well, the home nation, or one of the home nations already through Canada and Mexico. There's a ball played across field. They were looking there, Ream, to try and get in down the right-hand side. That's just a little bit too high for him, and the ball out of play. There's Sergi Barbarez. He's all suited and booted. He looks very smart. He's a poker player. Well, he's made a few changes tonight, but like you said, they're well drilled here, and part of their plan will be keep it tight for as long as you can and put the pressure back on them.
Absolutely. Look, nations like Bosnia-Herzegovina, they know they're not going to be favourites to go through these matches. But as you said, they'll be well drilled.
They will, but here could be a chance for the United States on the edge of the box. Down the right-hand side here, driving to the byline was Tillman, but he just overran it. The pass from Balogun was into his stride, but he couldn't keep it in. And a ball out of play on this near side. And it will be a goal kick, but Tillman trying to get forward there. Good aggressive run.
Yeah, good defending in the end. Removic just shielding him out, not allowing him to get in behind him.
Well, here is Dzeko's onside from the goal kick. Chance from the edge of the box, stings the palms of Matt Freese, who beats it away. But Bosnia caught the USA napping there. Dzeko was just stood miles in behind them. Can't be offside from the goal kick, and now they've got themselves a corner.
Smart, it's smart play from Edin Dzeko. It's a fantastic goal kick. Nearly landed in the opposing box. Edin Dzeko, fantastic take as well. Setting up his teammate Alibegovic. It was a good strong hand in the end from Freese.
Yeah, he just beat it back from where it came, didn't he? But it is a corner, and Alibegovic will take it. This 18-year-old talent, been playing for Red Bull Salzburg in Austria. Going to look to deliver it. And once again, Matt Freese, well, he's got about 12, 14 bodies within 2 metres of him here. And now the referee again is saying none of that. Well, it is an American football stadium, this, and it looks like the line of scrimmage at the minute, doesn't it?
I mean, look how many. There was 15, 16 players in the 6-yard box, and Rafael Klaus has got a big job to control this.
Yeah, in comes the corner, whipped in towards the keeper, has to punch it off the line. Freese almost caught out there. That was a wicked delivery in, and it's beaten away and out for a throw on the far side.
I'll say again, this is definitely a game plan. Get some corners, get some throw-ins, put it right on to Matt Freese and see what he's got, and it almost eluded it, all of them, and ended up in the net. Brilliant corner.
Yeah, ball in the centre circle. USA 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0, live on TalkSport. England already through 2-1 in their game with Democratic Republic of Congo. Belgium were 2-0 down, beat Senegal with a Tillemans penalty in the 125th minute, and what a penalty it was as well. Cool as a cucumber to get his second. and send Belgium through when, if we're honest, Darren, it looked like they were going out with a bit of a whimper, didn't it?
Yeah, I said if you're Senegal, you'll be kicking yourselves now. 4 minutes to go before Lukaku scored the first goal for Belgium. And then you could just sit in tight and keep that as a 2-1. You're going through. But no, they couldn't. And Tielemans nipped him right at the end to get the equaliser.
Yeah, it was a great penalty that won it as well. Following Balogun, we were expecting big things of him. Up to press, not really getting involved, is he? Is that the next thing for the USA? Just in a replay, that corner, he's punched it right off the line, hasn't he, Fries?
Yeah, outstanding corner. And yes, back to your point in terms of Balogun, sometimes that's a danger. Any opportunity, first touch of the game, it won't bother him if it's a chance and he can stick it in.
Yeah, well, he's barely been involved. He did have that touch earlier on for the run from Tillman. Ball is back with Fries. All in yellow, the United States goalkeeper, all in orange at the other end, Nicola Vasily, who come up with a couple of crucial saves in those penalty shootouts to deny Wales and Italy en route to qualification here. First time they've been through to the knockout stages. Can they keep their World Cup dreams alive? 0-0 here. Nearly 13 on the clock, and USA, as you'd expect, having more of the ball, but not as yet done too much with it.
Not really any goal-mouth action. There's more goal-mouth action down the other end in terms of the corners that have come in. One cleared off the line from Matt Fries. But it's interesting how they will react now. As you said earlier, they've gone ahead within 11 minutes of every match so far, and we've already surpassed that, so how can they react to that?
Yeah, well, they're going down their left-hand side here. Will just lay it off. A lot will be expected of him, the talisman of this team. Ball now out on this near side to Freeman. He'll get the ball away to Dest, who's fouled, and the referee's quick to blow. And well, Bosnia and Herzegovina are not hanging around when it comes to putting a few challenges in. They're certainly letting the USA know they're here.
Yeah, very physical at the moment, and I think Dest getting a little bit frustrated with his teammates, asking for some support. Yeah, they're putting themselves around. I think it's Kolasinac this time with a very strong challenge on Dest.
Yeah, ball is probably midway inside the Bosnian half. Down there, American right-hand side, there's Robinson and Tillman have come over. The Bosnian defence is holding the 18-yard line here. They're trying to stay as high as they can. Can they put a ball in behind? They roll it in towards the edge of the area. It might fall here to McKennie. And what was a bit of a planned move hasn't quite come off, but they've worked it to Robinson wide on the right. First time ball, pulls it back, and there's a chance. Balogun scuffed his shot wide of the target, but there was an opening for the United States. Remains 0-0.
It was nearly perfect, nearly come to fruition, exactly what we was talking about. Balogun not been in the game. Anthony Robinson getting down the right side, lovely cutback to around 10 yards on the angle. Balogun just got it all wrong. And there's the opposite side of what we was talking about earlier. When you've not been in the game, you haven't quite got your eye in, your touch in, and that showed there from Balogun. He'll be disappointed not to work the goalkeeper there. Yeah,
it's a bit of a stab at the ball as Dzeko wins the ball high up the field. Bit of head tennis and shoes. Bosnia's trying to win it back. Ball on the far side. Robinson will roll it back to his goalkeeper. 15 on the clock, 0-0. So far, we've had plenty of goals, plenty of drama so far, certainly in the last 24 hours, and there's plenty more live action to come. Tonight, 8 o'clock, European champions Spain take on Austria. Nigel Addy and Scott Mintar team for that one. And then on Friday, there's a long ball over the top from the USA, but well dealt with there by Vasily, who was quickly off his line to deny Dest. We get Portugal against Croatia. Ronaldo, Modric, one of them. Their World Cup dreams, maybe for the final time, could be ended. Here come Bosnia and Herzegovina. When they do get the ball, what little ball they've had, the guys up front are looking after it reasonably well here, but they're feeding on scraps at the moment.
That's exactly it, feeding off scraps. You've got to get players closer to you. A little bit isolated, the two up front, Demirovic and Dzeko. When they get the ball, they hold it up well, but because they're so deep, the other players, it's so difficult for them to get upfield and support them.
As you mentioned, in all 3 games so far, they've been leading by this time. Here's a nice ball in. Balogun gets in behind. Can he get past the last defender? No, he can't. The ball will run out of play on the near side for a throw-in, but all of a sudden he's starting to see some of the ball. That was a nice run in behind.
Yeah, brilliant pass, and as you said, he's making the right runs now, and he's not only making them, they're passing it, they're playing it. Just lost his footing at the final moment. It was good defending in the end.
Yeah, long throw about to be delivered. No, they're going to play it short here towards the defender Chris Richards. He finds Ream, and fair play to Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've pushed the United States all the way back to their goalkeeper Matt Freeze, who up to press has been the busier of the two. A couple of corners he's had to deal with. That last one punched off the line just in the nick of time. Nice run down the right hand side. Here now goes McKennie, driving into the area, puts it across, palmed away by the keeper and headed over. Robinson, the fullback, had got into the area. The ball rather hit him and it balloons over the bar, but another chance for the United States.
Yeah, they're getting closer, aren't they? Fantastic run from McKennie on the right hand side. Good ball. Don't think he knew much about him as Vasily just palmed it onto Anthony Robinson's head. It just hit him around 6 yards out. I mean, he could have comfortably let that go, Vasily, the goalkeeper. It would have gone off for a goal kick or a throw-in far side. He palms it right directly onto Anthony Robinson's head. He couldn't do nothing about it than just see it sail over the bar.
Yeah, well, there was a coming together. The keeper has gone down there, clutching his head. And the physio this time will be called on. 18 minutes on the clock. United States nil, Bosnia and Herzegovina nil. But just signs here the United States starting to get some runs in behind. They're starting to stretch this Bosnia and Herzegovina defence.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, the goalkeeper Vasily is down. He's getting treatment, and the players are going over to maybe get a drink, and the managers are tactically talking to him. And Rafael Klaus, the referee, is whistling to say, get away. It's not the hydration break yet. But he can't do nothing about this at the moment.
No, well, the Bosnian manager's having a word with Edin Dzeko, the veteran, and one of the substitute goalkeepers warming up here for Bosnia and Herzegovina. I didn't see a great deal in, although they've got the ice out under the eye, so maybe there is a bit of a bump there, although the thumbs up from the physio, so he's going to be okay to carry on.
Yeah, there's no way you want him to come off within 20 minutes of this match, this knockout stage. Huge game. Maybe just collided with his own player or Anthony Robinson when he was coming in. He'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah, want to get back on his feet. He'll be okay to carry on. Tim Ream was just in conversation with his coach Mauricio Pochettino. Interesting what the future is for Pochettino. I guess a lot will depend on what happens tonight. If they get dumped out early, then maybe it'll be time over with the USA. Yeah,
potentially, and what job's going to become available. But he's a fantastic manager. Whatever happens, he'll be on the list of a majority of top football clubs when the manager role comes available.
Yeah, nice challenge there, but that was a pull back. Referee's blown the whistle. Free kick for the United States there after Sunjic just pulled back the on-rushing midfielder for the USA, and they'll get a free kick in the centre circle. We're approaching 20 minutes gone, 0-0 here. San Francisco Stadium looking immaculate, and the home fans just starting to get a little bit more excited as their team is certainly having more of the ball than their opponents at the minute.
Yeah, they are. Still not real much going on in terms of goalmouth action, though. They've seen the parry into Robinson's head that went over the bar. Other than that, a lot of possession, but nothing really happening yet.
A couple of decent runs have got them in behind once or twice now. They're being patient with the ball. They're having to work hard here. They knew that their opponents would make life hard for them. Here's a ball over the top, looking now for Tillman. Tillman got on the end of it. He's going to get a corner here, I think, as well. Bosnia and Herzegovina, I think, as the referee, has he changed his mind? No, he hasn't. Tillman's done well there, and the referee happy to let play go on. In fact, he's saying it was the Bosnian defender who had hands on Tillman.
Yeah, it was Maharimivic, I think, that was just trying to hold on. I don't think it was a foul. I think the official has got that absolutely right. Corner kick.
Yeah, and it is going to be Tillman who will take it. Right-footed in swinger. Again, 5 red and white shirts wait in the middle. They're in and around the 6-yard box. Vasily waits. Ball whipped in near post. Vasily gets a hand on it, palms it away, and it fizzes out for a throw on the near side. It was a fierce delivery, but the keeper did well and got a good hand on it.
Yeah, lovely delivery. Better than the last couple that we've seen.
Here's Balogun now, back to goal, tries to retain possession. He's denied there, but Bosnia have eventually cleared it towards halfway. But Robinson misjudges the bounce, and across there comes Chris Richards, and had to get a foot in and just punts it out for a throw-in. So they'll get the ball, Bosnia-Herzegovina, high up the field here, approaching halfway through the first half. 0-0 for them. So far, so good.
Yeah, exactly right. They'll know they're going to be dominated in terms of possession, but they're not really threatening that much. They're getting in behind, getting some good areas. The USA side. It's the set plays, isn't it, Mark, that they're after? If you're Bosnia-Herzegovina, you want the set plays because they're a threat, they're danger from there.
Yeah, Demirovic should be disappointed with that. He had a chance to bring that down, and he gave it straight to a red and white shirt, and the USA come forward again down there right. Des plays in a nice ball. Lovely run there. Balogun gets it. 25 yards out. He feeds it wide to Robinson. Robinson level with the left-hand side of the box. Pulisic gets there but can't control it. I just wonder there if Balogun maybe could have been a little bit more selfish and had a shot at goal, but again, the communication, the run, the decoy getting better for the United States.
Yeah, it was a lovely little over. I think it was Malik Tillman ran over, but it was clever play from Balogun, who was going to play it back to Tillman and then realised he'd been fouled, so couldn't give it back, turned. I agree with you, Mark. I think he could have looked to get a shot, be a little bit more greedy, tried to feed his teammate Pulisic, couldn't quite come to fruition. But the hydration break happens now, and I don't know who this benefits more, actually. We've seen in the England game against the Congo, it benefited England, the hydration break, but it's been a fairly even match so far, as we're just looking at Vasili's face, bit of a bruised eye there.
He has got a black eye, hasn't he? He apologised to him, yeah. It looks quite sore, but at the minute it's a puffy bruise. It's not closing his eye or anything. That's something they'll be keen to keep an eye on. He's got the ice pack on that one. Going back to England, not great, as we said earlier, but Harry Kane found a way, and two great goals to dig England out of a spot of bother earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to the sports bar on the way in. Jason Cundy, Jamie O'Hara, loads of calls coming in saying we can't keep relying on Jude Bellingham, Harry Kane. Well, you can. They're your best players. You can keep relying on them. Argentina rely on Messi. France rely on Elise and Mbappe and Barcola, and I could carry on with France because they've got outstanding players. But look, you have your best players, you have your clutch moments, and Harry Kane is just sensational. Was it 72 goals this season, this calendar year? I mean, it's frightening. And his second goal was... you could watch that all day. You could watch it all. He didn't even look up. And the fair play to Anthony Gordon as well. Came on, got 2 assists. I thought the substitutions really changed the course of that match.
Yeah, they did. We've just seen a replay of a couple of the highlights. They've both come off crosses. One for Bosnia-Herzegovina, corner whipped in by Alabegovic that had Matt Freese just floundering, had to go back on his line, punch it away, and then at the other end we saw Nikola Vasili punch away across that hit Anthony Robinson on the head and bounced over the top. Maurizio Pochettino looks pretty calm. His counterpart, I always think it's a big one when you go with a suit, Darren. It's a warm day in San Francisco. He's gone with a full suit.
I was literally going to say that. It looks extremely hot where they're sat, and he's got a full suit. And I don't know if you see Wayne Rooney when he looked at Maurizio Pochettino's outfit, and then he went out and bought exactly the same outfit. To be fair, he looks well, doesn't he?
Yeah, looks like he's enjoying life. He'll be enjoying it a little bit more if his side can get him a goal. It's 0-0. First hydration break here live on Talk Sport. Ollie Klink will be taking you through early morning, and we've got Gabby Agbonlahor and Andy Goldstein on the Sports Breakfast at 6 o'clock. Gabby was part of the watch-along, wasn't he? With Jason
I think he's got a room somewhere in the office, Gabby. I think he rents a room somewhere.
Fair enough. Surprised he's not come down and a little bit of coke on. He's got a spare hour. Ball downfield is headed away by McKennie for the United States. They're having to do some defending here. Rare chance to get forward for Amar Dedic. He goes without the ball, but Bosnia will get it back. All in blue, they retreat back inside their own half, but they'll be pretty pleased. They've limited the chances of the United States so far. Ball flicked forward, and here, over on the far side, is Armin Gigovic, one of the 3 changes. He did well, and he's earned himself a foul in the end, over on that far side. Robinson protests that he dived, but did look like the Bosnian man got caught there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a foul. Robinson just mistimed the challenge, but you can already hear the frustration is coming into this stadium. The players are feeling it as well. 27 minutes into this match now, and as you said, no real clear-cut chances. And this is what Bosnia want. They want to frustrate you.
Yeah, well, there's a United States player down there on this near side. Thought that was a poor challenge. Robinson plays on down the left, just over halfway. 0-0 on TalkSport. Darren Ambrose, former Newcastle, Charlton Palace man. Newcastle about to lose Sandro Tonali to Tottenham as well. The big transfer story, all that available on the TalkSport website. Ball played forward by the States, cleared away over on the far side. Here's Tim Ream, who's getting a little bit further forward. It was interesting, the comments from Pochettino when they got beat by Turkey. Bearing in mind they were already through, they got a bit of criticism for getting beaten. All right, was it 98th minute they conceded the winning goal? And you just mentioned it there, you can sense a little bit of frustration. Maybe a little bit of short memories here from the fans.
It is. You get frustrated when you co-host and the crowd fully behind you. Want to see more?
Well, they might get some more here. Robinson just oversold it. He tried to go on the outside of Dedic. There's a bit of a coming together. Robinson's getting a bit frustrated with Dedic, who got a free kick off him a little bit higher up the field. And there, Dedic, to be fair, did really well to keep him out. The Benfica man, his 31st cap, plenty of experience for him. Just looking at the stats, when they went to the hydration break, Alex Freeman had more passes completed than the Bosnian team altogether, which probably tells you something, doesn't it?
Of course it does. It tells you the story of the match. In terms of possession, they're dominating, finding themselves just the last 5 minutes before hydration break, getting themselves into some good areas, but just can't get that final pass right, the final cross, the delivery. They can't get it right yet.
No, still 0-0, approaching half an hour gone. Ball fly hack forward. They were looking to try and get on the end of it there, Demirovic. And now a chance, a bit of space to break here. Lovely ball, Balogun now down the left-hand side, looking to get back. Dedic has got in. Here's Balogun, little step over, goes past his man, goes down. Referee's not having any of it, but Balogun is adamant that he got caught there. Referee blows the whistle, points for a throw-in on the far side. Again, he says no contact, but Balogun went down and he was adamant there.
He was. He looked to go down easy. We're lucky to get the replays in front of us, so we'll have a look right now. It's Dedic, I think, up against him. Lovely feet. I think he connected with him. Is there enough to overturn this? We're seeing a better angle here. It's lovely footwork. He's caught him, you know. He has caught him, but he's delayed his fall, which makes it look like he's gone down too easy. I don't think this will get overturned.
No, there is contact, but it's minimal contact. Referee's waving the players away here, and he's pointing for the throw-in on the far side, but that was better. Balogun again. There was a turnover in midfield. The United States got forward. There is no review. Well, if there was, there's no penalty. It remains 0-0, but Balogun just starting to grow into the game here. And maybe next time he might stay on his feet, because he, as you said, he maybe was looking for that one. He might get a chance here because the ball was turned over high up the field by the United States. And the referee has saved Bosnia-Herzegovina with a free kick for Radilic.
You know what, Mark, I was going to say that to you. I don't think he needed to go down, because he'd done it. It was a great shimmy of his body, good footwork, ended up fooling Dedic, and he was round him. He did stick his foot out. I don't think there was enough to bring him down. He went down, he delayed his fall, but I think he could have stayed on his feet and he'd have been round him and potentially had an opportunity.
Yeah, remains goalless. He's starting to get a couple of sighters now within striking range. Got a double against Paraguay. He's been scoring goals for Monaco. Former Arsenal youngster, of course, been linked with a move maybe back to the Premier League, as now the ball turned over, and here he is, big chance in on goal, frees in, left foot shot, it's in! Balogun scores for the United States, his third goal in the World Cup finals, but the referee has blown the whistle. Now there was a challenge in the build-up, the offside flag has gone up. This will be interesting to see it again. The ball got turned over, edge of the box, it was played to Balogun. This is going to be crucial. Oh, he's just offside. He is offside, and Bosnia, credit to them, the defender on the far side, Darren, stepped out at the last minute. I think it was Katic, and he has saved Bosnia and Herzegovina. Balogun, it was a lovely finish, but it won't count.
Yeah, it's outstanding defending, has to be said, because he see the danger as soon as they gave the ball away. I think it was McKennie. He just stepped up, Katic, and when the ball was played, he was about a yard offside. A lovely take, good finish from Balogun.
Here comes Robinson again. The States on the prowl now. Robinson against Dedic, puts in the cross, looking for Balogun. Big header from Haramovic. Gets it away, and Bosnia and Herzegovina have it over on that far side. But the United States looking more dangerous. They've had the ball in the back of the net. It'll be disappointed, Balogun, because he got caught out, didn't he, there? He could have got back on side. The defender just did him right at the last second. Yeah,
I mean, it was clever play from McKennie. Soon as the goalkeeper gave it, but straight into him, straight into Balogun. But it was clever defending behind him. He see the danger and stepped up just in time, because he took it really well, Balogun. Took it on his right, cut inside the defender, and hit it with his left foot into the bottom corner. Wasn't to be.
Certainly got this big crowd in San Francisco involved in this one. Dzeko tries to win it back. A strong challenge went in there. Referee's going to blow there for Medin Demirovic. He was, they tried to foul him once, and then they got him the second time there. That was a little bit unnecessary, maybe. There were plenty of red and white shirts in attendance.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think it's a counter-attack. There was no one. I was just seeing the replay of it. It was closer than I thought. It was about half a yard. But you see the defender in the background, so clever to step up and allow him just that extra moment. But then great take, as I said, cuts inside. Leon runs at Rutin Katic just in case. Hits a lovely strike into the bottom corner. He didn't see the flag, started doing his celebration, and it was cut short.
Was free kick for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Again, the referee's just having a word, even though the free kick's inside the Bosnian half, headed in towards the penalty area. Ream will head it away, and it'll go out for a throw-in over on the far side. You're live on Talk Sport. Remember, tonight 8 o'clock, European champion Spain take on Austria. Then tomorrow midnight, Portugal, Croatia. 4 a.m. Switzerland, Algeria. Australia, Egypt Friday night at 7. Argentina, Cape Verde at 11 o'clock on Friday. Don't forget, 1 a.m. on Monday, it'll be Mexico against England from the Azteca Stadium. Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce, our team on the ground in Mexico. 11 to go to the break. USA 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. But, well, it's fair to say the home side have been very much the aggressors so far.
Yeah, they have, and they're starting to get even more on top now. I think that will fill them with confidence that goal that was disallowed, that they can, if they press high, if they press together, win the ball back, the opportunities will arise.
Ball at the back here. Haramovic has it. He feeds it wide on this near side to Raduljic. He plays it forward, and they'll get a throw in midway inside the American half. Ball comes off Alex Freeman. Now Bosnia and Herzegovina have it on their left. They're looking to try and work it in, but not really getting too many bodies forward at the moment. Now there's a chance with Katic, who's, well, the step up to play. Balogun offside, saved the goal. Ball over the top, keeper's come to get it, and he comes and gets it. Matt Freese, he was decisive there. He's not had a great deal to do, but his handling so far has been pretty spot on.
Yeah, good goalkeeping. Demirovic there, thumbs up to his teammate. That's the right ball. Just try and, as we said, try and disrupt the defenders at the moment for the States, because it's so comfortable for them at the moment, dominating this match. No real threat whatsoever. Just try and give it another option, and maybe that hopeful one up front to Dzeko or Demirovic is their best option.
There's been very little by way of attack for Bosnia and Herzegovina. That corner with inside the opening 12 seconds. Since then, not had a lot to do in the attacking third. However, they've kept it scoreless at the other end, so they're still in the contest. McKennie gets it down the line here for the fullback Dest. He'll lay it back. McKennie's got room to find a cross here. Works it onto his left foot, floats it in, headed away. Didn't really beat the first man there, and they're going to have to go all the way back inside their own half, the United States, to retain possession with Ream, but they're just starting to find little pockets of space.
Yeah, it's just that final pass at the moment. This time it was McKennie, couldn't quite get his delivery right. Good play from Kenny, then Dest to get it back.
Yeah, here now, going forward is Tillman. Tillman feeds it wide, McKennie has it, wide on the right, puts in a good-looking ball to the far post. It's over Pulisic, but it's regained by Robinson. He puts the cross in too deep, and great communication. Well, Balogun's gone down, claiming he was pulled off the ball there. He's furious again, saying his shirt had been pulled, but the ball goes behind. There are a few boos from the home fans. They're not happy. Oh, hang on here. Referee just halted play for a moment. He's up against Maharamovic, and did you see anything in that, Darren?
I think he's just too strong for him at the moment. Yes, he had his arms around him, but the ball was too high. It was not affecting the play whatsoever. I think it was more out of hope for Balogun. But he's just drawing attention to the referee that just keep an eye on this for me. I keep getting held back in the box, and maybe that's one to watch.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's a bit of a push there, but the Bosnians get away with it. They have it on halfway, and they'll look to bring it forward. They'll play it out wide to Kolasinac on this near side. Now the ball worked forward. They were trying to feed Dzeko in. I'd found a bit of space, but the ball didn't find him. Dest now going the other way. Ball misplaced by McKennie. Bosnia looking to play forward, but they've given it away. Now the ball in behind. Balogun, right side of the penalty area, looks to square it. He was looking for Pulisic, couldn't find him. Bosnia-Herzegovina will clear it away. It remains 0-0, 38 on the clock. And the States again thought they'd won it high up the field. Every time they go to press, Darren, they're having a little bit of joy here with this Bosnian. They can't quite play through the press, can they?
No, they can't. And again, Balogun making a fantastic run, getting it in behind. This time he tried to play the cutback, and Dedic, the Bosnian defender, really, really well just to stand there. He didn't mark the play, he marked the space. Just in a little bit off the ball there from Maharamovic.
He's a fiery character, isn't he? He plays for Sassuolo in Italy, 23 years of age. Now a rare attacking chance and almost an opportunity there. The ball cannoned off Robinson. Gigovic was in on the edge of the area and he just couldn't quite get on the end of the ball.
Just didn't read it, did he? Andy Robinson tried to control it on his right, hit his left. If he'd have read that, anticipated Gigovic, he would have been on a goal, 1-on-1.
It would have been. Now it's up the other end. McKennie has it, 30 yards out from goal. Little drop of the shoulder. If he sees Robinson's run, he does. Can he find him? Yes, he can. 3 red and white shirts waiting for a delivery. Ball played in now to Tillman. Back to goal. Oh, lovely back heel here. Finds Pulisic into the area. Pulls it back across goal and it's headed 3 yards out away from goal there. There was nobody there to tap it in. They got in behind. Beautiful build-up, but Pulisic maybe needed to put that one on the ground.
Yeah, just slowly. Didn't need to hit as hard. And then I think Weston McKennie in the box maybe just bust a gut, get in there, get into the 6-yard box and to tap him for you. Just overdone the pass in the end. That's what we're saying. That final delivery is not quite enough yet for United States.
Malik Tillman of Leverkusen involved there. It was a lovely back heel that found Pulisic. And his pullback was just too strong. But again, the United States with 5 to go to the break are knocking on the door. Then they misplace a pass and it's out for a throw-in. And Bosnia-Herzegovina, next target, get to half-time at 0-0. But this was another chance. It's beautiful play from Tillman.
Yeah, brilliant, lovely back heel, Pulisic. We've not seen much of him, have we? And we see that it hits it too hard across the 6-yard box. No one there. Balogun made a forward run. No one made the run behind him.
I think the pass was that good, it almost took a few of the attacking players out of it as well. 0-0, 5 to go to the break, plus the mandatory 3 minutes for the hydration break as well. I get the feeling at the moment United States don't really want half-time to come if they've not got a goal.
No, I think they're the team that are on the ascendancy at the moment. Sergio Barbarez wants it. He wants the break. He wants his team to go in at 0-0. Probably have a little bit more, won't we, from the Vasily treatment. Maybe 5 minutes stoppage time.
Good point. Balogun's effort ruled out rightly for offside. Here he is now, right side of the penalty area. Another nice run. Nice control, and he went down this time to get himself a free kick because he got wrapped on the shins, and it's that man, Maharamovic, again. He's a feisty character, isn't he? He's maybe a bit of a loose cannon at the back.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, Maharamovic. It was innocuous, really. It was a good little drag back and a Cruyff turn from Balogun. He just tried to intercept the drag back and just connected with him. then he picked up the ball and ran halfway down the pitch. A little bit of frustration in his game.
Yeah, some will be asking, what was the difference between the foul there on Balogun and the one in the penalty area that didn't get a penalty?
It's true.
That one was outside the box and he gets a free kick, which Robinson and Tillman are standing over it now. It's probably about 16, 17 yards away from the byline, down the right side of the penalty area. USA 0, Bosnia-Herzegovina 0, live on Talk Sport. But a set-piece chance here for the United States. And it's going to be Tillman who will whip it in near post, and Balogun got to it but couldn't turn it in from a tight angle, it had to be said. Looking maybe to flick it towards the far post, and he's put it wide, and Pochettino retreats back to his seat. A little bit of frustration there. That was half a chance.
Yeah, I think it's a difficult chance that for Balogun. He's at a real tight angle. Not much pace on the delivery from Tillman either. Just tried to direct it, got it all wrong, come off his toe and went out for a goal kick. I think the delivery needs to be better though, for me. They're a big side, these Bosnians, and I think they need to maybe come up with another plan, another solution on set plays.
Yeah, we've seen at the other end, Alibegovic has had a couple of chances to put the ball in. He's put in a couple of great deliveries. A set piece may well be Bosnia's way into this match. It's 0-0 at the moment. Winner of this one will take on Belgium in Seattle on Tuesday, after Belgium came from 2-0 down earlier on. Danta and Alvin Martin brought you that one. Not sure Alvin could believe it, what he'd seen at 2-0 Senegal at home and hose, but they found a way to lose it. A late penalty given by VAR. Tillemans put it away, and Belgium through, and not a convincing performance. I don't think there'll be too many fears for either of these two take on Belgium on Tuesday in Seattle. It's 0-0 here though. As the ball worked down the Bosnian-Herzegovinian left-hand side, played back inside, just playing a bit of keep ball. They go all the way back to their goalkeeper Vasily.
Yeah, this is better though from the Bosnian side. Just keeping possession. They must have had 15, 20 passes so far. They've gone up left-hand side, gone all the way back to the centre half, just keeping possession, just tiring out, getting them moving. The United States players, getting them moving from side to side. It's much better.
It is. Now they have it on their right-hand side. Went into the last 60 seconds or so of normal time, but as Darren said, the hydration break and that injury to Vasily will mean we will have probably at least 5, maybe 6 minutes of added on time. Playing around at the back now, United States looking to press and force an error. Vasily has it, all in orange, just has a touch. Decides now they need to play their way towards halfway. Ream intercepts and finds a pass there, and it's flicked here. Chance for Tillman, tries to find Balogun, he gets to it, Balogun scores! Rolls it past the keeper. This time it will count. It was a ball into his feet. He's hit a scuff shot. He's gone through the keeper Vasily. And joy for the United States right on half-time. They lead Bosnia-Herzegovina by a 1-0.
And it's that run, the same run that Balogun's been doing all match, all half. Across the defenders, trying to get him behind. He got a bit of luck as well. They had all that majority of play. They gave it away. Finds Tillman, he plays the pass. It was Relilic who tried to intercept it, and in doing so has deflected it into the running the path of Balogun. Took 2 deflections. Mehmerovic as well. It's a lovely, cool, calm finish with his left foot. Placed it past Vasily. And this time it counts. No offside in this. Got a bit of luck. And you have to say they've deserved it.
Well, twice he's been in front of goal now. Twice he's found the back of the net. First time he was offside, but no doubt about that. And credit Ream as well after that passage of play from Bosnia-Herzegovina. Ball played up to halfway. Ream was in quickly to intercept it. He found Adams. Adams just flicked it into the path of Balogun, and Balogun scored. And now we've got an injury. Dzeko has had a bit of a clash, I think, there with one of the United States defenders, and there's going to be a stoppage. We are into 5 added on minutes, but what a time to score. We said the United States didn't want half time without a goal. Well, now they've got one.
Yeah, it's brilliant as we just see the clash there. It was Tyler Adams, and then in Dzeko, Adams comes off worse. There's no real intent in that. They just bumped into each other trying to go for the ball, but as you said, it was lovely play. But he got a bit of luck, probably the luck that they needed the United States with Balogun. Got a bit of bad luck with his offside, but as I think it was Malik Tillman played the pass, and there was 2 deflections, one from Radilic and the other one from Mahamarovic. So we've got a lovely ref cam in front of us. 2 deflections, didn't bother Balogun, got it on his left foot and placed it beyond Vasily.
Yeah, well, the keeper just caught his heel as it went between his legs there, but Balogun, he's had 2 sighters and he's found the net twice, and it is 1-0, but Bosnia and Herzegovina will think themselves unlucky. They covered the run, but the challenge, a sliding challenge, deflected in field, as Darren said, and there was Balogun to roll it into the net. And relief in San Francisco, but there's concern here because there is an American player down. I'm just trying to work out who it is. I wonder if it's Tyler Adams.
Yeah, it's Tyler Adams,
yes.
And it was an innocuous challenge against Dzeko. The ball was coming, the player was running beyond him, dribbling, so they've both tried to make a run. They've come from blindsided each other and bumped into each other, and Tyler Adams had come off a lot worse than Edin Dzeko, who's already up and out.
Yeah, he looks quite dazed, doesn't he? He's getting treatment, he's going through the routines they need to go through. See it again here. Oh yeah, he's blindsided him. Maybe possibly a bit of whiplash. So I think it's his shoulder that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think Edin Dzeko went to make a run, didn't see Tyler Adams there. Tyler Adams didn't see Edin Dzeko making the run. He looked a real sore one, because as they clash, Edin Dzeko lifted his arms up to protect himself. And you might be right, they're getting the checks, aren't they, the medical staff? They're doing everything right, everything they should be at the moment.
Yeah, he's been helped to his... He's sat up now. Now they're doing the head checks, making sure there's no damage there. So they'll take the time here with 3.5 minutes into 5 added on. 3 goals in 3 games now for Folarin Balogun, who's been linked with a big move. Started off as an Arsenal youngster, had a spell at Middlesbrough. I must admit, when I saw him then, I didn't envisage him leading the line for the United States at the World Cup, but here he is.
Here he is, indeed. And we said, didn't we, the opening 10 minutes, he was a bit quiet. But then since that moment, maybe since the hydration break, he's really come alive, making those runs from in to out. Sometimes getting it down on the wide right, playing some good delivery into the box. This time that little bit of luck that he needed, and a lovely finish. Yeah,
Tyler Adams is up and he's good to go, but he's got to leave the field. Now Christian Pulisic was saying, well, it's a head knock, surely he doesn't have to go off for that, but the referee has said, look, he's got to go off. We'll let him back on. We've had 4 minutes of the 5 added on, but we've not really played anything since the goal. It was pretty much straight from the kickoff after Balogun scored on 45 minutes to give the United States the lead. Here is Mahamarovic, who's got the ball in the centre circle, and he'll play it out wide. Can Bosnia and Herzegovina find a leveller here? Adams is saying, let me back on, but he's not done his time yet. So the United States in effect down to 10 as we speak here. And the ball with Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, that's going to change things now, Darren. They can't just sit back. Well, while it's 1-0, I feel there's a chance they can nick something, but they're going to have to be a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, of course they are. And the threat that the United States have going forward as well, particularly with Balogun, they're going to find gaps, particularly in the second half when they start tiring, but they've got to change their game plan, as you said.
Yeah, ball played forward. Here's McKennie, first time ball over the top, trying to get Pulisic down the left-hand side. He's going to be beaten to it in the end by Nikola Katic, who just knocks it out. They do look a team that are well versed to play on the break, the United States. They've certainly got plenty of trickery in their side, and now they're going to get a late. We're into the 6th minute of 5 added on, but as we might get another 3 or 4 minutes on top of that due to that Adams injury. If they could double their lead here, they would be delighted.
Yeah, and they're going for it. They're pushing forward. Lovely delivery round the corner. Pulisic not quite quick enough to get on the end of it.
Well, he went down the sideline. He's going to get a free kick here. He was pulled back. It's Dedic over on that far side. Pulisic saying, well, we're not getting a yellow card, and he's helped to his feet. Well, you have to say Dedic has pulled him back by his shirt. Why is that not a yellow card?
If that's not a yellow card, then what's going to be a yellow card in this match? It's a clear foul, clear drag back, but he's put his team under a bit of pressure. It's a dangerous position. We spoke about getting the delivery right. They have to do this now. Tillman and Robinson once again on the ball. They get the delivery out and go 2 up before half-time. It'll be an unbelievable time to score.
Yeah, it's about 25 yards out. It's right on their left-hand side. Well, Tillman right-footed, swinging in. No, leaves it for Robinson. Puts in the ball to the far post, and there, arriving late, was Freeman. Couldn't get on the end of it, and it's kept in by Bosnia and Herzegovina. 7th minute of added on time. They've not cleared their lines. It'll fall here to Freeman. Gets it away. He finds Pulisic into the area. Gets it back. Little step over. Has to check out the area onto his left foot. Tried to play it in for Balogun. It's cleared away. But United States get it back on the edge of the centre circle. Bosnia need half-time here, you feel. They've gone behind. And if they concede a second, they could be in big trouble. Here's Robinson, pulls it back, Pulisic into the area. Had a touch, his touch let him down, but they've not got it away yet. Ball to the far post, Dest heads into the 6-yard box. Oh, it's hit the crossbar, Balogun, 6 yards out. He's fired it towards goal, it's hit the crossbar and gone behind for a goal kick.
Oh, I can't believe how he missed it. He cannot believe it's a brilliant play. Outstanding. Tyler Adams, lovely delivery. Dest with a lovely headed ball back. Just tries to do the deftest of touch this over Vesely and hits it too hard. He's claiming for a penalty, not for me, and just ends up going over the bar. Brilliant play all round.
Has he just miskicked that? He didn't quite get the purchase, did he wanted? I think he hits that well, that goes in.
And it just comes off the top of the crossbar. Brilliant play.
1-0. Great spell of play from the United States. They lead by a goal to 0. Balogun with a goal, but he could so nearly have had a second. Had one ruled out earlier on as well. And I think that they'll be ready here. Sergei Barbarez is just hoping the half-time whistle will blow to save his side. 1-0, but it could have been more. Into the 9th added on minute now. He did have that injury, and again Bosnia and Herzegovina caught in possession, and the referee will blow the whistle belatedly here, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving, and the team in blue, Bosnia and Herzegovina, are not happy, and the player who's down injured is reacting very dramatically there. I hope he's okay. The physio came on really quickly there.
Yeah, he did, and one of his players showed a lot of concern. Yeah, he's took a knee right to the side of his chin, his neck. Whether he's out cold, I don't know, but I think it's Mohamed Robic who's shown an awful lot of concern for his teammate.
Yeah, I think McKennie's making the challenge, and as the young player, it's Alabegovic who's turned away from him. He stumbled into Adams, who's caught him. There's certainly no intent in the challenge, but more added on time. Well, he's got up, the youngster, and he's fired up, isn't he, Alabegovic? He's having a right pop at Tyler Adams, and now he's got up, marches off the field, points him, said, I'll see you in the car park.
Well, he's all right then, Alabegovic. Yeah, he took a knee to the side of the chin. Like you said, Mark, there was no intent in that whatsoever. It was actually his own fault. He stumbled, and as he fell, the on-running, was it Tyler Adams, was it, that kneed him? It was one of those players, and he looks very fired up at the moment.
Well, he's saying he got elbowed, which he didn't. It was a knee, an accidental knee, wasn't it? And now they will have a bounce ball, and the United States will have it back. We're almost into the 11th minute of added on time. That was an awful pass from the bounce ball there from the United States. McKennie's just passed it out of play. There is finally the half-time whistle in San Francisco, but what an eventful half. It started with an earlier chance for Bosnia and Herzegovina. They had a corner inside the opening 12 seconds. Nothing came of it, but a later corner. Of course, a good save out of Matt Fries. He had to punch the ball away from his own goal. Then at the other end, Balogun thought he'd broken the deadlock. It was a wonderful finish, left-footed from the edge of the penalty area after the United States turned the ball over in the final third. But the offside flag, rightly so, saved Bosnia and Herzegovina, but it didn't save them on the stroke of half-time. Again, after a decent passage of play for Bosnia, they turned the ball over. Ream flicked it forward. Adams flicked it to Malik Tillman. His pass through deflected into the path of following Balogun, who made no mistake from just inside the box. And then right on half-time, Balogun hit the crossbar. 1-0, could have been more, but so far so good for the States. They lead Bosnia and Herzegovina at half-time in San Francisco by a goal to 0.
Mark Wilson, thanks very much indeed. The States in front then in San Francisco at the break. Darren Ambrose, Maurizio Pochettino deep in conversation with his players as they leave the field, but surely he'd have been very happy with that first half.
Yeah, the only disappointing thing he will feel is they're not more than one goal up. I think they've thoroughly deserved it. Apart from set plays from the Bosnians, they've got nothing really. They've offered no attacking threat whatsoever, and the Americans are really coming into this game. Since the hydration break, they've dominated possession. They're attacking. Balogun's making some outstanding runs, had the goal disallowed, and then took his goal really, really well. Slice of luck where it rebounded and deflected into his path, but I think they've thoroughly deserved this lead, and they'd just be disappointed they're more than one goal ahead.
Following that goal that was disallowed for Balogun, I mean, it has been the Balogun show so far, hasn't it? There was a penalty shout on him. What were your thoughts on that? It was quite similar, wasn't it, to the one on Harry Kane earlier with England. There was contact, but it seemed as if Balogun was already going down. Yeah,
I mean, similar to the Harry Kane one. I think if it was given on field, it wouldn't have been overturned. It would have been given as a penalty. But the fact it wasn't given on field, was there enough contact to make him go down? Was there enough to make them overturn that as a penalty? I'm not so sure, and I think he'd probably regret going down, to be honest, because he had beaten the defender, and if he'd have stayed on his feet he'd have had an opportunity at goal, but it wasn't to stop him. He ended up getting the goal in the end, and he's thoroughly deserved it because his movement has been outstanding that half.
OK, the US flying so far then. Maurizio Pochettino celebrating that goal in style too. As Darren Ambrose says there, though, they will want more to get through to the round of 16. During half-time, we'll bring you more reaction, by the way, to England's 2-1 win over DR Congo. We'll hear from Declan Rice and your England commentator, Jim Proudfoot, who's in Atlanta. You're listening to World Cup Game Day Live on TalkSport, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.
Francisco will the United States complete the victory and wrap up the spot in the last 16? Or can Bosnia and Herzegovina turn things around? It has been the Balogun show, certainly to the latter part of that first half. Darren Ambrose, we thought he hadn't been involved too much in the opening part of the game, but from 25-30 minutes onwards, it was all about him, wasn't it?
Yeah, his movement was absolutely outstanding. Keep making those runs from in to out. Sometimes the passes were a little bit wide, didn't allow him any opportunity to get the shot on, but his luck really held off for the goal. 2 deflections into his path, kept his head, coolly slotted it past Vasily in the goal. But it's interesting, in the tunnel, Edin Dzeko held his team back, gave him a little pep talk just before he went out. Maybe we might see a slight reaction, slight change of plan in the second half.
Yeah, no changes as yet. We'll run you through the two teams in a moment. The United States of America in their red and white shirts, the white shorts and white socks going from right to left, and Bosnia and Herzegovina all in dark blue in possession now. United States, Fries in goal, Freeman, Richards, Ream and Robinson at the back, Adams and Tillman behind Dest, McKenzie and Pulisic, and it's Balogun who leads the line to some success. 3-3 now for him. For Bosnia and Herzegovina, Vasily in goal, Maharamovic, Radlic and Katic the back three, with Kolasinac and Dedic either side. Sunjic and Gigovic holding. Alabegovic, who was involved in that feisty confrontation just before the end of the first half, is just behind Demirovic and Dzeko. And I think you're right to mention that was just utter respect, wasn't it, from his teammates? They're all listening, hanging on every word, as he just said. Just as they literally walked out into the mouth of the tunnel, he pulled them back in, little pep talk, says come on, and he led them out. But probably be the last time we'll see him at a World Cup, and he'll be desperate to get his team a first victory in knockout football at the World Cup. Well, they've got work to do. They were overrun, really, weren't they, the latter part of that first half, and if America had got a second goal, I don't think anyone would have complained.
No, absolutely not. Second or third goal, as they once again look to counter. Good defending in the end from the Bosnians. But I think Mauricio Pochettino's message will be gaps will open up. They have to change their game plan, Bosnia. They have to get back in the game. Just stay patient and you'll get your opportunities.
Yeah, here is Tillman. Showed his quality in that first half. Strong challenge goes in from Robinson, but it's out for a throw-in. The ball down the USA left-hand side. Here goes Pulisic now, goes past his man. He's waiting for support in the middle. Couple of step overs, puts in the cross towards the far post. It's headed behind there for a corner. It was Kolasinac who's headed it behind, and maybe could have let that roll there. Bit of panic at the back post, and it's a corner.
Yeah, what we're seeing once again, though, as that ball comes in, is Balogun asking the question to Rafael Klaus. So he's getting held. This time it was Radlic in the box. He's just making the official aware once again if he'd forgotten. Let's see how this delivery is now.
Balogun waits in the 6-yard box. Robinson will take the corner. Going to be a left-footed in swinger. Again, they just have the 5 bodies in the box here. It's whipped in towards the penalty spot, headed towards goal. Ream is up there. Keeper comes and punches. Not overly convincing. Robinson will head it back in. Ream's after it. But this time Vasily will beat him to it. And the man in orange will come away with the ball. And Bosnia and Herzegovina have it at the back, and they'll play their way out.
There's actually a good chance for Chris Richards there. I think he timed it really well. Don't think he realised that he was unmarked with his header around 10 yards out. Just got it all wrong.
Yeah, didn't quite get the purchase on it he would have wanted. Ball headed away from the American goal, and here is Chris Richards back in the back line. He will play it out over on the far side, and they'll keep possession here. Looking to play their way out. Nice turn. Tillman was being pulled back. Referee will play advantage. Tillman now will look to feed it through. Pass cut out by Dedic on the near side, but once again a shirt pull. Just get on with it.
Just get on with it. That's what Rafael Klaus, the referee, is saying. Just get on with it. I think he might have a word with him now.
I think Dzeko's picked up a knock here, maybe a thigh problem, and he does not look happy. The veteran, the first outfield player over the age of 40 to play in a World Cup knockout match. We've seen the shirt pull again on Tillman. It's been really good. Sunjic it was who pulled him back, but the problem now for Bosnia and Herzegovina is Dzeko, and I'm wondering here, you know, if he might have to come off. He's
doesn't look comfortable, does he?
No, he doesn't, and he's looking towards the sideline.
He's given the armband over as well already.
Yeah, he has. So it's going to be Mamic who will come on. Ermin Mamic of Slovan Liberec, 21 years of age. Well, he's a man in form. He's got a couple of World Cup goals already, and I think he's just pulled a muscle, hasn't he, or tweaked a muscle, and that might be it. Well, what a sad way to go out that would be for Edin Dzeko. Look, he's 40 years of age. He's made 151 appearances, scoring 73 goals. He's come across to the near side. He's just maybe hopeful of one last reprieve, but there are a couple of subs about to come on already for the Bosnian side. So here come the first changes of the night, and Dzeko is one that will be going off. And also coming off is going to be Gigovic, who makes way. So on coming number 20, that's Bajraktarovic. I think they're going to make a treble change here. He's not hanging around, is he? Mamic is coming on. And also lined up is Tahirovic as well. So let's see who's going off. Sunjic is going off. Dzeko is going off. And Gigovic going off as well. So it's a triple change for Bosnia and Herzegovina. So he's not much 6 minutes, and he's gone for it. We said he was a poker player. Feels like he's going all in here with his changes.
Yeah, he certainly has. Seen enough. Obviously one enforced in Edin Dzeko. I'm not sure he would have been replaced if he hadn't picked up an injury. To make a triple substitution 5-6 minutes into the second half, he may feel there's an opportunity to get back in this match.
Yeah, well, it's knockout football here. We had a couple of belters, didn't we? Yesterday, England getting it done eventually over DR Congo, 2 goals from thanks to Harry Kane's heroics, and Belgium thanks to Yuri Tielemans' heroics. Lukaku got a goal back at 2-0 with 4 minutes left, and then Tielemans in the last minute, and then in the 125th minute from the penalty spot after VAR intervened to win it 3-2. And it'll be Belgium who will await the winners of this one. At the moment it's going to be the United States who lead by a goal to 0.
It's not quite all or bust at the moment for the Bosnia team. They've made their triple substitution. I think we'll see in the next 15-20 minutes they'll have to try and really put it to the USA, which will allow opportunities, but they'll be looking to double their lead.
Yeah, well, here come the United States. I mean, I guess from a Bosnian point of view, Darren, that if they can get a set piece, well, it's 1-0. If they can get any kind of set piece, they've got the delivery, haven't they? They've shown that with Alabegovic. He's got a good delivery.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's been their game plan from minute one in this match, as we see in the opening 15 seconds, them winning a corner. I think any free kick, any corner kick, any throw-in, just put it into the box and not hope for the best, but hope for an opportunity.
Yeah, well, here now comes Tillman, plays it to Balogun, just has too much of him. The pass was on and there were plenty of teammates waiting for a cross there. 53 gone, USA 1, Bosnia-Herzegovina 0.
Yeah, I think he just chose the wrong option there, Malik Tillman. I think sometimes Baloguns are making a run unselfishly just to drag some defenders away, and there was 3 American players running into the box. Maybe Tillman could have reversed it into the box, allow them players to try and get an opportunity.
All play forward by Vasily. Header by Ream is towards his own goal, but there is Richards to tidy up. Ball play forward to Pulisic. Got a couple of runs down the left. Had that chance with a cross earlier in the first half. Couldn't find a teammate. Remains 1-0 in San Francisco. Football continuing tonight. Spain-Austria is the sole kickoff tomorrow evening, then midnight. Portugal-Croatia, 4 a.m. Switzerland-Algeria, 7 p.m. Australia-Egypt, and Argentina-Cape Verde 11. That's all on Friday. The action coming thick and fast. Every game at the FIFA World Cup live on the TalkSport network, and it feels we're getting to a really interesting stage now. Last 32 action. Teams starting to whittle down to the last 16. That gets underway on Saturday. All forward by Freezer's not had an awful lot to do. that will please Maurizio Pochettino, but he'll know, well, it's still 1-0, this game is still there to be won for Bosnia.
Yeah, seems a lot of nerves on the American bench. Maurizio Pochettino just panned to him, biting his nails. His assistant behind him biting his nails as well. Maybe they're not quite comfortable as the game suggests.
Well, it hasn't, has it, at the minute? Ball played forward by Bosnia-Herzegovina. Robinson thought for a second he was going to get in a bit of a tangle, and in the end he gives the ball away, and now forward goes Dedic. Not seen much of him attacking. He gets it out wide on the right hand side. A chance here for Bajrak Tarovic. He lays it back, shot comes in from distance, and he was only just a yard or so over the bar. Freeze was backpedaling. It was Nikola Katic who hit one from distance. Worth the effort, still 1-0 United States.
I was wondering whether it was meant, or it was meant to be a cross, but looking at the replays that we're lucky to see on our screens, it's definitely a strike at goal, and it was very optimistic from, it must be 35 yards out. He was never going to test Matt Freese from there.
Well, it was always a little bit too high, and as it proved, there's a ball not long and downfield. We've had almost 11 minutes second half live on Talk Sport, and it's USA 1, Bosnia-Herzegovina 0, and a couple of American substitutes are warming up down below, as you can see. Certainly Sebastian Bahalta, the man from the Vancouver Whitecaps, he's warming up. You'd expect to see him at some point. He has been involved in the game so far. Now the ball at the back for Bosnia-Herzegovina. It'd be interesting how their changes take effect. They've just headed the ball out for a throw-in here that Tillman is going to take. Goes without saying, the next goal is obviously so crucial. If the United States can get it, you would see they would close this out pretty easily, but we saw their own Senegal were 2-0 up and didn't win. Here now is a chance. Ball with McKenzie, tries to pull it back. It's thumped away by Haramovic towards halfway. Bosnia-Herzegovina will get it back. Dedic is closed down. He'll go back inside his own half, and Bosnia-Herzegovina have it back.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mark. I think they'll be well aware, Maurizio Pochettino and this United States team, well aware that they're going to come under a bit of pressure, particularly in the start of this second half. We've seen that already. I think Bajrak Tarovic has come on. He looks the one that they might be trying to look to, the Bosnians, to get them back into this match. If they could just ride this out, there'll be opportunities for themselves, the Americans, to get a second goal, maybe a third. While it's 1-0, it's still nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is. It's been a good day for the teams that have been behind so far today at the World Cup, hasn't it? With Belgium and England both winning. Here's Balogun as well to win the ball back. It's fed back here to Tyler Adams. He gets it away to Pulisic, just overran it. Good defence there from Nikola Katic, who steps in, the Schalke man. And now forward go Bosnia-Herzegovina. They tried to play an Ermin Mamic there, but the ball just clipped his heels and it goes back towards halfway. But Bosnia's having a little bit more of the ball, aren't they, in this second half? United States not having it all their own way.
No, they're working hard, but Bosnia, as we said, getting some possession, trying to move the USA players around. But we see that, didn't we, when they scored? They had about 20-25 passes, gave it away. We're down the other end, Balogun scored. They don't want that to happen again.
No, certainly don't. Ball on halfway. An equaliser would make it very nervy. In fact, you can sense a little bit of nerves. Half-time came probably at the right time for Bosnia and Herzegovina, because the United States were on top. Balogun, having got the goal, had just hit the woodwork as well. Had a couple of really good chances at the end of that first half. Did get the goal, but now here come Bosnia looking to put the ball in. Almost a chance there for Demirovic. Good defending, cleared it away, but that's probably the best chance they've created in open play. But now the camera is on, and forward go the United States down their right-hand side, looking to find a pass. They've driven past one. They'll play it in. Desi done the hard work and then just gives the ball away, and Bosnia delightfully bring it out of their own third. But the game just starting to open up a little bit now. Yeah,
it certainly did. It was brilliant defending from the captain, Tim Ream. We see Demirovic was just about to tap that in. He got in front of him, brave defending down the other end. I think Des chose the wrong option. Malik Tillman had made a fantastic run. If he just got his head up and played him, he went for the wrong option instead, end-to-end stuff.
Yeah, they've only had 2 shots, just 1 touch in the opposition penalty area for Bosnia and Herzegovina, but even at 1-0 it is still in the balance, and they're having more of the ball second half. 5 attempts to 2 in favour of the United States, and that Balogun goal the difference, but just signs. Bosnia are looking to work their way back into this. And a reminder, if it was needed, they were behind in Wales in the playoffs, managed to find an equaliser. Are they going to be given that opportunity? You feel the United States will need a second goal. Robinson steps in. They were appealing for a free kick there. The opponents, Bajrak Tanovic, thought there was a foul. Referee waves it away, as he has done pretty much throughout the game here. He's tried to let it flow, and by and large he has done so.
Yeah, you always want that, don't you, when it's a game like this, end to end. Some heavy challenges. He has tried to wave them away. Rafael Klaus.
Yeah, here's Balogun. He's got the ground again, and well, look at this sort of reaction here. And this time it's Maharamovic who's gone down, and he's clutching the back of his Achilles here. Let's see if there's anything in that. Oh yes, Balogun has trod right on the back, initially on his calf, and slid down. I'm not sure it was intentional, but it will have been painful.
Yeah, it looks a real painful one. Agreed, Mark. I don't think it was intentional. And as you said, Balogun's just put his studs all the way down Hamramovic's Achilles, and in doing that he's fallen over himself and landed on his ribs, on his boot. So they're both getting a bit of treatment now.
And they wanted a handball earlier in that move, didn't they, against Robinson? The referee's not having any of it. The captain's armband has gone to Sead Kolasinac. He's got the armband, and well, there's treatment all round here. Maybe a bit of cramp or a tight muscle for Balogun. And for Haramovic, he's still getting that Achilles seen to, and the more you see it, the more painful it gets. It's like he's all rolled his ankle as well, hasn't he, as he's fallen to the ground. Yeah,
that's what it was, as Balogun's put his foot down his Achilles. As you said, as he's landed awkwardly as well. He's in a lot of pain. I don't think there was anything in that. It was an innocuous challenge. He's just getting up now. That'll be a sore one.
Yeah, well, they are checking this as a possible... Oh, hang on. This has been checked as a possible red card. Now, Balogun here, we thought this was unintentional, and the referee has been summoned to the sideline. This could be a seismic moment in the United States World Cup campaign. There looked to be no intent at all in that, Darren Ambrose, but they've been called to have a look.
Yeah, I don't think there's any intent in it at all. If you look at Balogun's face, he's looking at the ball. He's tried to put his foot down, and as he's tried to put his foot down, he scraped his studs down Maharamovic's Achilles, and he's gone over really. It looks nasty. I don't think this is a red card. And the fact they've taken him over to the screens, everything looks bad on the screen.
Yeah.
When you slow it down.
When you put the still on, it looks horrendous, doesn't it? But it wasn't.
It's just a coming together of players. There's no intent. There's no malicious intent in that at all for me. But he's over at the screen. We normally know what's going to happen.
Well, he's coming back onto the field here. San Francisco Stadium holds its breath. A nation holds its breath, because the United States might be about to go down to 10 here.
After review, the number 20 United States committee serious foul.
Well, here we go.
Decision is red card.
Wow. Following Balogun, the goal-scoring hero, sees red. He cannot believe it. Christian Pulisic goes across even. And now fair play. The Bosnia-Herzegovina captain, Sead Kolasinac, has just gone up almost to commiserate his opponent who's seen a red card. It's a staggering turn of events. It was an unfortunate coming together, but you can't tell me that's serious foul play.
I honestly, I don't know how to analyse this, Mark. I really don't. And as we said, when you see a still, when you see the slow down, it looks a sore one. But it's a coming together of two players. It's no intent, no malicious intent in that whatsoever. I think that's extremely harsh. And if they go on to lose this match, there's going to be some serious questions asked over this.
Well, the crowd here are not happy, and rightly so, you feel. I know there was an incident like that with Messi earlier in the campaign. A lot of people said, well, why wasn't that looked at by the VAR? Very similar to that one. Look, the still didn't look great, but it was, or it appeared to be, a natural coming together, an unfortunate coming together.
If you see the full incident, he's looking at the ball, they're both looking at the ball, goes to step over to win the ball and connects with the Achilles. And I'm questioning if his ankle didn't twist as he landed, would he have sent him off there? I think that's extremely harsh. I really do. And
the player involved, Haramovic, is back on the field now. So 10 against 11, USA. Controversy here. Balogun, their goal-scoring hero, sees red and has ball into the area. Could be a chance on the shot, and there is a chance on the shot there, but the shot from Demerovic is straight at Matt Freese, and these are nervy moments for the United States, down to 10, and Bosnia have their real first meaningful effort at goal.
Yeah, should be doing better. Demerovic, shutting down by Chris Richards, good shutting down to get there early, goes through his legs. I think he should be connecting a little bit better here, and you'd have to say we're into nearly into the 67th minute. I think Mauricio Pochettino will be crying out for this hydration break now.
He will be. Well, Bosnia-Herzegovina, we did say, been better second half. They'd had more of the ball, but now they've got a player advantage, and this is going to be a massively important break for Mauricio Pochettino. Can his side last out until then? Run here from Bazrak Tarovic. He gets it away on the left-hand side. Two wait in the middle for a cross. Plenty of American shirts back. Here's a chance 25 yards out, but good defending from Sergio Dest there. Ball on that far side with Kolasinac. He lays it back. Keep ball for Bosnia and Herzegovina. But this could be a huge period for Mauricio Pochettino and the host nation, United States, here. A player down for at least a quarter of the match, and should Bosnia and Herzegovina get a goal and we go to extra time, could be even longer than that. Ball worked out wide on the Bosnian left-hand side. They're thinking about a cross. They'll lay it back here. 25 yards out. They're trying to work it in. Kolasinac will hook it in. It's headed partially away. It's not dealt with yet. Bosnia and Herzegovina with a shot through bodies low. No pace, and Freese will fall upon it at the near post. And he's encouraging his team to get out. And this now, you can sense almost disbelief, but also worry and angst in this big stadium in San Francisco.
Yeah, you can hear concern. You heard a little bit of frustration, didn't we, in the opening half an hour? Now there's concern, because we was talking about gaps will open up for the USA. They'll certainly open up now for the Bosnians.
Yeah, 1-0. And the United States have the ball. What they would pay now for a second goal to really give them a bit of breathing space. But how brave are they going to be? Here's Tillman. It's over on the far side. It's brought forward by Freeman. Ball lost though, and forward come Bosnia and Herzegovina. Here's Anthony Robinson, and he will get it back. And now a free kick for a foul. I wonder how long we're going to play out. Finally, we are going to get the hydration break then. Well, what a time for this break to come, because the United States, boy, do they need it. The goal in the first half from Folarin Balogun. Well, now he's Folarin Balogun because he's been sent off for a coming together with the big defender, Haramovic. It didn't look great at first glance, down the back of the Achilles, and it looked really bad on the still because the ankle got opened up as well. But you've played the game, Darren Ambrose. You know when a player's trying to hurt another player. That did not smack to me of an intentional foul.
Well, that's the only thing I'm going on. That there was no intent shouldn't really come into it, and it doesn't. Well, it hasn't in this situation. But they're both looking at the ball, and it's an accidental coming together. He's not deliberately gone out to hurt him. I mean, he's not that kind of player anyway, Balogun. So I feel for him, but they've got to deal with without him now. I think it's one of those, people are going to think it's a red card, other people are not. it's consistency that you ask for. We've asked for this all the time, and you mentioned the Messi one. It's very, very similar.
Yeah, I think there's been two. I forget who the other player was. Certainly the Messi one, that got a lot of criticism why that was not picked up after. Well, Balogun now, look, if they win, he's not going to be available for the game against Belgium in the last 16 in Seattle. That'll be on Tuesday night, but from looking in complete control, we said it's been a day of comebacks. Remember, England 1-0 down to DR Congo, managed to win 2-1. Belgium were 2-0 down with 4 minutes left and won 3-2 after extra time. Is there going to be another comeback? We've seen pictures of the fans. They cannot believe that Balogun got sent off. Right, what does Pochettino do now? How does he affect this game? What does he need to do to get the USA over the line?
Well, he hasn't used any substitutions as yet, so he's going to have to look at his bench. I think there's more now about seeing the game out than actually going on to W lead that we thought might happen once the Bosnians was trying to change their game plan and attack. We thought gaps would open up. Now I think this is about game management. Can you just keep them out, keep them at bay? Because they're going to be really going for it, and there's going to come a point they'll throw the kitchen sink at this American side, and they have to try and deal with it.
Yeah, they do. And following Balogun joins a very illustrious club. 4 players have scored and been sent off in the same knockout match in World Cup history. You've got to go back 1962, Garrincha against Chile in the semi-final, Ronaldinho in the quarter-final against England in 2002, Zidane famously in the final against Italy 2006, and today, following Balogun, is the latest to score and be sent off. Thanks to our excellent stats team here at TalkSport for that information as well. USA 1, Bosnia-Herzegovina 0. 19 minutes remaining. You're live on TalkSport. Sports breakfast to come. Andy Goldstein and Gabby Aponlo will be taking all your calls on the reaction to that win for England earlier on. But are we about to see the host dumped out here as Richards clears it? I can see the USA being really cautious here, Darren, and that, of course, invites the opposition on. It brings its own dangers.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when Mauricio Pochettino looks to his substitutes bench just to try and bring a little bit of energy back into this United States side. There is you can hear the concern in the stadium. They're trying to lift it, the crowd, they're trying to get behind their team. But this is going to be a long 20 plus whatever's going to be added on.
Yeah, it certainly is. Monday, 1 a.m, Mexico, England. Adrian Durham, Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce, our team at the Azteca for that one. Place in the quarterfinals up for grabs. Things are getting serious, and they just got pretty serious for the United States of America here. 1-0 up, they look comfortable. They look anything but it now. The question, can Bosnia and Herzegovina, we mentioned their ability to dig out results as they did in the playoffs twice. Remember, they won both playoff games on penalties. As now they work it down their right-hand side. And that's going to be a corner, well won by Esmir Bajraktarevic, the PSV man, 21 years of age. And he's made a bit of an impact since he came on as well. Corner, and we said all along about set pieces look to be their way into this match, and it is going to be the man who won the corner, Bajraktarevic, who will take it. Referee once again laying the law down. Not quite so many people in the 6-yard box this time. They're loitering with intent, edge of the 6-yard area. They've played it short here, and a chance now for Bajraktarevic. Lays it to Dedic, he's going to hit it, bounces off one defender, doesn't fall to an American shirt, and it's back in the possession of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And here they come again with Bajraktarevic, who gets the ball again. He gets it away to Mamic, one of the other substitutes. Ball over the top, good looking ball, but no, too straight. And Fries again, not had a lot to do, but when he's been called upon, he's been decisive, and he collects it for the USA. Yeah, good goalkeeping. I thought he was going to try and play it out quickly. I think that's the wrong thing to do at the moment. Just settle it down, settle the nerves, take a bit of pressure off. Surprised Bajraktarevic didn't put the ball into the box on the initial corner. Yeah, well, here's Serginho Dest advancing forward. Chances to attack few and far between for the United States at the moment. Tim Ream on halfway, lays it out to Anthony Robinson. Ball down the channel, down the left-hand side here. Kept in and well dealt with by Pulisic. Tries to play it for Weston McKennie's. That's too much of him. It was the right idea. He just overhit the pass. And with 16 minutes to the 90 remaining, it's USA 1, Bosnia-Herzegovina 0. I think we might be about to get some changes here. And we do get more changes. So it's going to be, once again, the Bosnians who make the change. They're withdrawing Sead Kolasinac, who is going off. We're going to see Haris Tabakovic, the Hoffenheim man, coming on. And also coming on, Amir Memic of Victoria Pilsen, his 17th cap. So the ball with Bosnia and Herzegovina. So they've made their changes now. What they have, they hold. All 5 of their changes have been used by Sergei Barbarez. He's all in with his subs now. Can they get at least 1 goal to take this game possibly to extra time?
He has made them early, hasn't he? 15 minutes to go, plus definitely the 3, plus whatever he's going to add after that. And he's gone for it, and Maurizio Pochettino's done nothing yet.
Oh, he's quite. He did mention it. It's a warm day in San Francisco, but it's not a red hot day, so the temperature's pretty manageable, just late teens. Humidity may be a problem, but no signs of fatigue yet. Bosnia-Herzegovina advancing forward. They're starting to play some better football now. Here's Memic, whips in a ball, headed away, falls to the edge of the area, chance for the shot, and it cannons off the defender there. Good work from Freeman, got his body in the way of Alabegovic's shot. He might be the man. If Bosnia and Herzegovina are going to do something, it might be that young man that does it for them.
Yeah, certainly. And I think this is probably what's going to happen for this last 14 plus what's added on. Back to the wall, defending for your lives if you're USA.
Yeah, they're having to do plenty of defending. Ball given away though, won back by Tillman. Ream plays it forward to Pulisic, who's operating really as the main forward. He's held on, goes to ground, and he's got a free kick for his side. He's done really well, and then he bowls the ball away. Referee, I thought for a second, was going to pull out a yellow card there, but he's instead dropped all his pencils on the turf, and Pulisic is making every second count here. He's down, he won't want to go off, so he'll have to get up at some point, but he's done well to earn a free kick.
Yeah, he's done really well for his side there. As we said, we're just under the cosh all the time, and they have to try to take some pressure off. It's actually Bajak Terovic trying to get back for his team, just gave him a shove and he fell, and as you said, he will take as long as he possibly can.
Yeah, just to confirm those last 2 changes, Kolasinac went off, he was replaced by Tabakovic, and the other player to go off was Katic, he was replaced by Memic. So all the changes have been made. What can Bosnia and Herzegovina do? They scored late on to deny Wales. Dzeko, an 86th minute equaliser. They drew 1-1 with Italy. Tabakovic scored 79 minutes. This is a team that's used to scrapping, taking teams late into the championship rounds and finding a way to dig out a result. Beautiful back heel here into the box, so America on the charge. Lovely ball into the area, chance, and it's in! Pulisic turns it in! There's no flag to save Bosnia, or is there? Or is there? There might be now. It was a scrappy old goal. The ball played into the box. Pulisic following up, he's adamant he's onside, and this will be getting checked, but San Francisco was rocking there. We're getting a replay now. It's a beautiful back heel from Tillman, ball played in. Oh, he's a mile on. Oh, he was on the first touch, but did the American player get the second touch? If he did, then Pulisic is offside.
It's unbelievable play, by the way.
And he is offside, and it remains 1-0.
It's so unlucky, the build-up. Tillman with a fantastic back heel to the on-running, I think it was Weston McKennie. Turns, chips it, might be Tyler Aaron, chips it back into him. And as he hits it, it looked like the first one was going to be onside, and then he hits it again, and he's just offside. And it took an age to go in, as we see the Sergei Barbarez just picking up a card of his own, I feel.
Yeah, the man in the suit is getting hot under the collar here. You're live on Talk Sport. Things are getting tense. The hosts, United States of America, lead by 1-0. But they are a man down. Balogun, their goal scorer, saw red after VAR intervention. Twice the States have had the ball in the back of the net. Twice it's been ruled out, quite rightly, by the officials on the field. Here's a chance again. Dest thought he was turning. He's got a free kick right on the edge of the box here. Well, the referee's let a lot of play go here. And finally, he said to Maharamovic, that's one too many. And he brandishes a yellow card. And tempers are fraying at both ends of the field here. USA 1-0 up, but they've got a great chance 20 yards out.
Yeah, it's the correct decision. I think it was Radilic in the end, just grabbed hold of Dest. It's a lovely take, lovely turn. And we've seen it all match, haven't we? Drag backs, arms around them. And this time he gets the right decision. This is a dangerous position.
It is. This is a massive chance. 8 yards to the left of the goal. It's 2 yards outside the 18-yard box. And Tillman, who's been so good, is lining this up. Goalkeeper, remember, sporting that black eye. Nikola Vasilic earlier on. Well, he saved penalties to get Bosnia-Herzegovina through the playoffs. He might have to save this free kick to keep them in the World Cup.
It's a huge opportunity. Looks like it's going to be Malik Tillman, as you said. If you hit the target, that's all you'll be thinking. Hit the target. Give yourself an opportunity of scoring.
Well, there are 9 players for Bosnia-Herzegovina stood between him and the goal. There's a 5-man wall, then a 3-man, then one at the end. There are American 3-man wall stood in front of that. Tillman there just fell over his teammate there, Tyler Adams, as he went to take the free kick. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. Well, it's Malik Tillman who stands over it. This massive Robinson is there for the left foot. He's almost a bystander. Tillman floats it over the wall. It's in! Free kick scored! Malik Tillman, the American hero, strikes it. The keeper got a good hand on it, Vasily, but he couldn't keep it out of the net. The USA get the free kick and they strike it home, a second goal, and the United States, despite being down to 10, lead Bosnia-Herzegovina by 2-0.
This is incredible, Mark, absolutely incredible. A poor free kick to give away. Radilic on Dest, and Malik Tillman. You said there was 9 players in front of him from the Bosnian team, 3 from the USA side. He opts to try and get it over the wall. I think he's got to do better, Vasily, in goal. Gets a full hand to it. Couldn't keep it out. Magnificent. Listen to this sound, by the way. They cannot believe it. The Bosnians can't believe it. The Americans can't believe it. 10 men, doesn't matter. 2-0.
Well, that is his 4th goal for his country, for Malik Tillman. He might never get a more important one from that. Delight in San Francisco. After going down to 10, it was getting a little bit nervy, but the free kick won right on the edge of the penalty area, and the keeper got a good hand on it, but he couldn't keep it out. And Tillman is the American hero as it stands in San Francisco, and it looks at this moment they'll be heading back to Seattle to take on Belgium on Tuesday.
And by the way, as Maurizio Pochettino forgot, he's got subs on the bench.
Well, the ball into the area at the other end, and there's Freeze again, who comes out to collect it.
Thrown it early.
Well, they fancy a 3rd goal now. Why not? We said if they got 2, they might get more. Now they're looking to attack. Overplayed it. Robinson charged down the pass, and it's all the way through to Vasily, who, as we mentioned, heroics in the playoffs. He got a really good hand on that, didn't he? And just couldn't keep it out.
He'll be disappointed. He'll be disappointed. Got a strong hand to it. Maybe should have done better on the goal. They won't care. Malik Tillman won't care. But we've already seen today, haven't we? 86th minute. Senegal were 2-0 up. Can't happen again, can it?
Ball down the other end of the field. The Americans have it in their right back position. McKennie got a little bit fortunate there. He tried a a big dummy, and it bounced off his opponent and went out for a throw-in. 6 minutes of the 90 remaining. There will, of course, be 3 minutes for the hydration break. Football continues tonight, live on TalkSport, Spain, Austria. Nigel Adley and Scott Minto, our team for that one. Just when it looked like it was getting a bit tricky for Maurizio Pochettino's side, they produced a moment of quality.
I genuinely cannot believe he's not made any substitutions yet. They've been down to 10 men for a long time now, working extremely hard, and he's not even looked at his substitute bench yet.
Well, we saw Berhalter warming up, didn't we, about 20 minutes ago? Look, you mentioned right at the start, they barely warmed up. That might be why, Darren. He said, look, go easy on the warm-up, lads, you can do the full 90. Well, here come Bosnia and Herzegovina. They need a goal now, like Belgium found a goal. Tillman, calm in his own area, chests it down, then thumps it. That was like a punt in the NFL. Says to Bosnia, you can have it back in your own half. What can you do from there? Well, they're going to have to find a way to play without Balogun, who is probably sat in the bench somewhere. Ball into the area, Ream heads it away. Balogun with a goal, then sent off. That'll be, I'm sure, a big topic for debate over the upcoming days. Was it a just red card or not? He saw red after VAR intervened. But America lead by 2-0. Here is Haramovic, gets it out wide on this near side, the right, good looking ball in, chested back. What a chest pass that was from Freeman, the coolest man in San Francisco.
That is incredible from Freeman. Delivery into the box, player in front, player behind to head it, and he just chests it back to his goalkeeper, and there's a little coming together from the Bosnian forward on Matt Freese. Couldn't see who it was.
I think actually after he's dived on the ball, he's just pushed him to the ground. There's nothing in that.
Nah.
Maybe though, did he just catch a boot? Let's have a look at this from the other angle. Was he just caught him in the head? No, he hasn't, has he? There's not a lot in that.
He's pushed him. I mean, look, it's just play acting. He's trying to get his team a little bit of time. It was Demirovic, just ran past, gave him a little shove, and he's fallen over.
The referee's just gone up to him and said, the physio's not coming on, he barely touched you.
He's given the universal little barely touched you sign. Brilliant.
Well, he's been listening to you, Maurizio Pochettino, because here come the subs. We're going to see Sebastian Berhalter. He will come on. Serginho Dest, one of those to make way. We're awaiting the other chain. I think it's going to be Pulisic who's going off, and it's going to be Ricardo Pepi of PSV who will come on. So Pulisic is one that makes way. So we're going to see Berhalter, and we're going to see Pepe coming on to see out the final 2.5 minutes of the 90 plus whatever time he's added on.
Yeah, there was a moment just there that Pulisic went to run forward, and you could just see he with tired legs, and I just felt now's the time. He probably doesn't want to add too much time onto it by making too many substitutions. I understand that, but sometimes your team need help with a bit of fresh legs and energy, which he's just added two.
Well, not only that as well, having lost Balogun for the next game, you don't want Pulisic pulling up with an injury at the end here. Can't afford to have that. Well, Bosnia and Herzegovina, the first ever knockout match at a World Cup, and they've tried hard, but they were up against it. Balogun's goal first half really did swing the game away from them, and despite having the man advantage, they went on to concede a second, and you just wonder, Maurizio Pochettino saying, why not us? Well, as it stands, America are going into the last 16, and if they do get through, it'll be all three co-hosts through to the last 16. There's a ball hammered out by Weston McKennie for a throw-in. 90 seconds left. There's not been a massive response, has there, from the Bosnians?
No, there's not, and they're shell-shocked. We've just got view of the substitutes as well on the bench. They're shell-shocked. They can't believe they felt there was a huge opportunity, having the States going down to 10 men.
Here's a cross. If they can get one, you never know. We saw it with Belgium earlier. 86 minutes on the clock. They were behind 2-0. They found a way to get it to extra time, and Tillemans won it in extra time. Ball on the far side is crossed in. Keeper comes, doesn't get there. He's got lucky. Falls far post. Put towards goal. Cleared off the line by Richards. Right place, right time. The Palace defender saves his side, and now Pepe was breaking away, and the referee's blown the whistle, and a tackle comes flying in from the substitute there, Ermin Mamic, and the referee steps in. 2-0.
Referee's tackling Pepe to get the ball back for the Bosnians. This is outstanding. It's heroic defending down the other end. Matt Freese got it all wrong, come out, saved by his defenders. Chris Richard clearing one off the line. Huge opportunity here to get one into the box.
Yeah, the Mamic that takes it, about 35 yards out. 2-0, United States lead, down to 10. Ball whipped in, it's a good ball, but it's headed away again. There's Richards like a magnet to it at the moment. Still more defending to do. 10 added on minutes. 10! Wow. Good job the referee didn't let the physio on, is it, for that last injury? Well, it's not done yet. I mean, it's been a day of late
10?
drama.
Do you think there's 10 in that? You got 3 for the hydration, a few subs that they were made in bunches as well. I don't think there's 10 in that. And look, you can hear by the crowd's reaction. 10 minutes.
Well, forward come Bosnia, all in blue. They've got a lot of work to do here. United States only won 1 of their last 8 knockout matches, but they're in pole position here. But they've still got work to do at 2-0. Ball on the Bosnian left. Cross comes in, it's headed away again at the near post, this time by McKennie. It's all Bosnia now. I don't think we're going to see anyone in a red and white shirt venture over the halfway line, are we, in this last 10 minutes or so? They're back defending again. The longer they can keep their opponents scoreless, the nearer they get to the last 16. Ball out wide on the near side. Bazrak Tarovic has it, lays it back to Hamarovic. He plays it into the box. It's headed away again. It's just defence now, isn't it? It's attack versus defence.
Yeah, it is. I think Pepe is still the only player furthest forward for America. He's looking to perhaps get a breakaway. But all players behind the ball now.
Yep, here now forward come Bosnia. Shot comes in, and that was inches wide of the far post. Freeze was rooted to the spot, and the shot comes in from the youngster Alibegovic, and he hit that well. It just didn't have enough curl on it. The keeper was beaten.
That's brilliant effort. See exactly what he was trying. Cuts inside Freeman, hits the shot, as you said, not enough bend on it, but he looks the only one at the moment, Alibegovic, that's going to get his nation back in this match.
Yeah, what a talent he is, just 18 years of age. We'll be seeing a lot more of him on the big stage, you'd imagine. But Bosnia need more from him now, as America do have the ball, and now they could break if they want. Weston McKennie will get it out wide on the far side. Here's Bahalta, and he'll instead go back to halfway. Belgium wait in the last 16. They've won the last 6 against the United States. They thumped them 5-2 in March in Atlanta, where England won earlier on. Ball played down the channel for McKennie, who's going to run after it. He's kept it in, then he loses out and maybe gives away a silly free kick. We've had almost 3 of the minimum 10. United States 2, down to 10, remember. United States 2, Bosnia-Herzegovina 0.
It's going to feel a long 7 minutes for these Americans. Actually done really well, kept hold of possession, hold of the ball for about a minute there, just to take some of this pressure off. But once again the Bosnians have the ball, and they're coming upfield.
And they just showed with that shot that whistled past the far post. One strike, one moment of brilliance, and it's all back in the melting pot. Ball in, Ream just calmly volleys it away. Back to the halfway line. And now Bosnia and Herzegovina play it forward again. Robinson wins the header. Cushioned header finds Tillman. Tillman, whose free kick, now a back heel, gets the possible break on. Here's the substitute, does really well. Great work there from Pepe. He now heads it back. They've been so good, haven't they? And I have to say, Tillman's quality today has been outstanding.
Yeah, they've all been brilliant. McKennie, Tillman have got the ball once again. They're just trying to keep us possession just to tick this clock down.
Yeah, and now he's gone to ground and he's going to win a free kick.
Well done.
Yeah, Tillman has been outstanding. It was his free kick, remember. Balogun scored first half, sent off second half. VAR intervened on 64 minutes, but Tillman on 82 curled in a free kick over the wall and in to give the Americans a 2-goal lead. And what a difference that has made. What a long half an hour it would have been at the end had there been just 1 goal in front. Here's another change. Weston McKennie's run himself into the ground. His night is over. On in his place will come Giovanni Reina, who scored the final goal in that opening win over Paraguay on match day 1.
I mean, you say he's run himself into the ground. Weston McKennie certainly has, but he's running off. He's running off to be replaced again. Maybe this is Mauricio Pochettino saying, don't take your time, there will be more seconds added at the end, just get yourself off, let's get a pair of fresh legs on. But again, the time is running out for the Bosnians.
Here's a ball in, Pepe into the area. Can he win it in style for the United States? No, cleared away, but only as far as the edge of the area. Here now a chance for the shot, last goal bound by Freeman. Didn't quite keep his composure then, and he blasts it over the bar, but 5 of the minimum 10 have gone, and it's still 2-0 to the States.
Yep, down to 10 men. 5 minutes to go, 2-0 up. That's your right back, by the way, in the opposer box, hitting a shot. The energy of this team, particularly since going down to 10 men, has just been tremendous.
Yeah, it has. And to be fair, Freese has not had that much to do, has he? All right, he got a little bit of luck with a shot from Alabegovic, but he might have work to do here as the ball working its way forward. But once again, plenty of red and white back, and when they get it, they're managing to keep the ball and pass it around to deny Bosnia and Herzegovina. And here now is Bahalta, who plays it forward, and he finds Tillman, and the ball is stumped forward. If Tillman can keep this in, keepers come racing out of his goal and knocks it into the side. They could take it, well, they could have taken it quickly, but Tillman decided not to bother.
They will not mind that at all. The time is ticking. We're into 3.5 minutes left of the 10 added, and they're down the right end in terms of the Americans.
They are indeed. Well, they have it on the right-hand side, and they've kept it. Well, they kept it in for a large portion there, Freeman, but the ball just bobbles away. But it's deep inside Bosnia and Herzegovina's half, and I'm not even sure they believe they can find 2 goals now. 3 minutes minimum remaining. You're live on TalkSport. Darren Ambrose, former Palace, Charlton, Newcastle man, with us here tonight. Ollie Klink back at base, taking you through the early hours. The sports breakfast back at 6 with Andy Goldstein and Gabriel Bonlahor as part of our watch along with Kundian O'Hara yesterday night. Here's Ream again. He's been immaculate at the back, can't find a teammate, but Robinson a willing runner, and he now gets the ball away. It's nicked back by Amir Memic. Here's the one late flurry from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Even if they scored now, it would make it a nervy last few minutes. Shot from distance, and it just fizzes past the post. Freese was at full stretch, and I'm not sure he gets to it if it's inside the post. He clutches his shoulder, but his heart will be racing out of his chest. He just swerved past the far post.
It's millimetres. It's so close. It's actually hit Freese's water bottle, sat next to the goal. It's Ermin Memic. Memic has just come on as well. That's millimetres from getting your team almost back in it with 2 minutes to go.
Well, the 1-0 United States were comfortable until the red card. Balogun sent off. As here now come Bosnia and Herzegovina again, and it's Mamic again driving forward, shoots from distance, and this time he's an inch past the far post at the other side.
This is incredible. It could be 2-2. Mamic could have made it 2-2 in 2 shots. And it is identical, but the opposite side. He's getting into a little bit of a scuffle now with Tim Ream. Mamic, it's the other side, and it hits it towards the left-hand corner, and he's millimetres from it creeping in again.
Yeah, Tim Ream give him a shove there. Old man on young man. Mamic was having none of it. Ball play forward, the USA chant rings round the San Francisco Bay Area Stadium. They'll be off to Seattle for their next game as Ream earns a free kick, and there'll be no rush to take this. We're into the 10th of 10 minimum added on minutes, and the United States of America, despite going down to 10, Darren, have actually done this quite well. Yes, there have been a couple of scares at the end, you'd expect that, but they've done it pretty well.
They certainly have. They've worked extremely hard. As we said, majority of the players playing the whole game. Only some substitutions coming on at the end. I think Freeman, Richards, Tim Ream, Anthony Robinson, I think they've been tremendous. Everything that was getting crossed into the box is coming up. They've just cleared, and time is ticking, and I think we'll safely say they've done enough.
Yeah, offside flag goes up against the States. They won't be bothered about that. The ball deep away from their goal. Maurizio Pochettino said that the media in America hadn't given his side credit. Well, they'll be giving them credit now, because the United States of America are through to the last 16 of the World Cup. Pochettino celebrates. Misery for Sergei Barbares and Bosnia and Herzegovina, following Balogun's goal in the first half just before the break, put the States in control. But when he saw red 90 minutes into the second half, after VAR intervened and deemed that he'd been guilty of serious foul play, the States are up against it. But when you're up against it, you need one of your heroes to come and stand tall, and Malik Tillman was the American hero. Free kick 20 yards out, curled over the wall and couldn't be kept out by Vasily. And despite a couple of late efforts, Bosnia and Herzegovina could not find a goal of the two that they needed. The United States march on. All three of the co-hosts are now through. Mexico, Canada, and now the United States of America will take on Belgium in Seattle on Tuesday. No fairy tale ending for Edin Dzeko. His career ends with an innocuous injury as he leaves the field. But for Pochettino, he said, why not us? Well, why not us indeed, because the United States are through to the last 16. They got the job done in San Francisco, and Tillman's free kick meant they did it in style. United States of America 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Mark Wilson, thank you very much indeed. The United States then through to the round of 16. Big hugs with the players and Pochettino on the pitch, because they are going through. Celebrations in full swing in a raucous San Francisco Bay Stadium. The States riding a wave of soccer frenzy. They've beaten Bosnia and Herzegovina and booked that date with Belgium in the next round. Darren Ambrose, though, it didn't come easy, did it, after Balogun's red card in the second half, but they did very well to get the job done. Yeah, they certainly did. And I think if you're Bosnia-Herzegovina, you'll be really disappointed, because didn't really create much until the very end, when Ermin Mamic had those two chances, two shots from distance. Other than that, it didn't really create anything to get back in the game, and they ended up going down the other end, giving away a silly free kick. Radilic picking up a yellow card on Dest, and then that man Malik Tillman with a fantastic free kick. I think maybe Vasily could have done better, got a full hand to it, but I think on the first half showing, I think that's the right result, and they worked extremely hard. I was shocked Maurizio Pochettino didn't go to the bench until the very latter stages of the match, but they didn't need to. They were brilliant, the United States. Let's talk about the red card. Balogun comes in on Mihajlovic in real time. When you see the challenge, it does just look like a coming together, doesn't it? But it's when you see the slow motion, his stud scraped down the leg, and it looks like he could seriously damage the ankle. Is it a case of whether it's accidental or not, it's just foul play, isn't it? I think it's one of those challenges, one of those red cards that's going to cause debate, especially on social media. There's going to be a debate. I'd say it'd probably be 50-50. 50 would say it's definite red, 50 would say it's not. For me, I think it was a harsh one. I think it was a coming together. He lost his footing. Balogun wasn't aware of where the defender's foot was, Mihajlovic, and where was he supposed to put his leg? As his leg went down, it scraped down. Look, stills look awful, slow motion looks awful, it does look dangerous, and I think you're right in terms of is their intent, does that matter? Probably not. And he's decided that it was serious foul play, and he's got his red card and he'll miss the next match. I'm disappointed for him, because I thought he had an outstanding first half, but
me personally thought that was a bit harsh, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a big blow, isn't it? Balogun being missing for that next game against Belgium, because he was so dangerous in that first half and he's been so dangerous all tournament.
Yeah, it certainly is, but now it's an opportunity. Whoever he decides to come in, I thought Pepe come on at the end, played that role up front on his own. I thought he looked good, he looked sharp. Maybe he can come in. Pulisic maybe might get the nod as that out-and-out number 9, who knows, but it's an opportunity now for someone else to step up. Last 16, I mean, the atmosphere is tremendous. Disappointment for the Bosnians, but if you're United States, you're absolutely delighted to see that one out.
Country roads blaring out in San Francisco, and the US fans lapping this up. They love a winning team. I tell you what, Darren, we saw that dramatic game earlier with Belgium coming from 2-0 down to beat Senegal in extra time. But this US side, do you think they provide a proper challenge? Do they go into this as favourites purely because of that energy of being one of the co-hosts?
Yeah, I don't think that whether they've watched that match, I'm sure they'd have had a close eye on it. I don't think either of these sides, but let's say United States, they're the ones that threw. I don't think they'll be looking at Belgium and thinking, this is going to be, no, it will be a difficult match, but it's not the Belgium of old. It's not the golden generation of Belgium. And I think they'll look at that and they'll think, you know what, they're there for the taking. And as Maurizio Pochettino has said, as the players have said, why not us? Why not this year? They go out there, they're probably not going to be the favourites for this match as they were today, and they've got nothing to lose. Look, they're having a party. There's a party today in terms of in the San Francisco Stadium here. They're having a fantastic party, the supporters, and I think they'll be confident to go in and they'll be confident to hurt Belgium. And if they can work as hard as they have done today, we see them here, there's team spirit. They're in the centre circle, all huddled around, and they're going to have their team talk, and they're probably saying, we'll enjoy this tonight, but there's a real opportunity to go further in this tournament.
Yeah, Maurizio Pochettino about to start that motivational talk as Elvis Presley plays in the background too. You need a bit of Elvis for a party, and of course, can't help falling in love with you, and you feel that these fans can't help falling in love with this US team. Right, it's time now for us to pick our King of the Match with Burger King.
Talk Sports King of the Match with Burger King Burger Buddies. The new Burger Buddies box from Burger King features a snackable Whopper, Big King and barbecue steakhouse burger. Flame grilled perfection, now made for sharing. Sort of.
Who are you going for, Mr. Ambrose?
You know what, I could go for any of the defenders. Freeman, Richards, Ream, Robinson, I thought they were outstanding. I thought Tyler Adams, I thought Weston McKenna. Look, first off, Balogun was brilliant as well. But look, for me, I'm going to give it to Malik Tillman, not just for his goal, but for his all-round contribution. I thought he was the real star player today. He was the real energy in the midfield. I thought he showed glimpses of what America are going to need in the coming matches if they can get through. So for me, today's King of the Match is Malik Tillman.
That was our King of the Match, all thanks to Burger King.
Talk Sports King of the Match with Burger King Burger Buddies. The Whopper, Big King and barbecue steakhouse burgers are now available in a snackable 3 and 9 box at Burger King. Don't be the one to miss out, and order now.
Darren Ambrose, thank you very much indeed. You can see Maurizio Pochettino punching the A's, just jumped over the side hoardings. He's high-fiving American fans. He almost took one of the flags off them too. He is harnessing the energy of those supporters, and potentially his side could go even deeper in this tournament. They are through to the round of 16. They've beaten Bosnia-Herzegovina by 2-0, and they have that date with Belgium on Tuesday morning, UK time. You will not want to miss that one. A wide smile on the face of Maurizio Pochettino. Right, on the way here on TalkSport, I'm with you all the way through till 5 o'clock. Early Sports Breakfast on the way then with Sam Ellard and Laura Kirk-Francis. That's before TalkSport Breakfast with Andy Goldstein and Gabby Young-Bonlahor. And in both of those shows, there will be plenty of reaction to England's 2-1 win over DR Congo, which has set up a last 16 tie with Mexico in the Azteca. Plenty of reaction to that to come on this show as well. You're listening to World Cup Game Day Live on TalkSport, brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, they're here for it.